Welcome to D.I.Y. Automotive School with my friend Pete and Minnie, the body shop girl. It's everything you need to know about cars and more.
Alright, if you look behind me, you can see that Dylan, technical assistant Dylan, is holding a piece of molding on an old vintage 1973 Chevy truck. And what we're doing is we are mounting the trim on there. Now the trim on this vehicle requires that you use speed nuts and special aluminum molding type clips. If Dylan could go ahead and pull that back just so we can look at that. And if you look right here, you can see the clip, as it's a special clip that fits inside the molding, and then of course it's got pre-drilled holes in the fender that everything fits in, and you got to be very precise on putting them in, because what happens, there you go. Alright, so what do we got to do? It looks like we're missing a clip right here, Dylan. We're going to have to get a clip and put that on there. Hang on. Since we're restoring this vehicle, what I got another piece of trim. I'm going to go ahead, this is a spare piece of trim that I kept from one of the fenders that I robbed and repaired to put on this truck. So we're going to take one of our clips, if you look right here, and Dylan's going to, there you go, and we're going to slide that in there just like so. And there's a little slot in your chrome where it fits. And then we're going to line it up down, all the way down on the bottom right there, okay? And then as we go along, we'll pop it in there. All right, you got that?
Yep.
If we look inside the fender, you can see that's a double wall fender on this old vintage classic truck that we're restoring. And what we got to do, there's a hole right there. Where was that? Right here. Here's a hole. And that hole is pre-fabbed from the factory, and that's where our molding clip is. And we got to go inside there to put our speed nut on. So the way that we're going to do that, we're going to use a socket and extension. But how are we going to be able to hold, this is what this video is all about, how are we going to be able to hold our speed nut without it falling off? And that's what my friend Pete's here to show you how to do. The easy, simple way where it becomes a one-man job instead of a two-man job. Alright, the first thing we're going to do to eliminate Dylan so he can go back to work and do what he's supposed to be doing is we're going to take some 2-inch tape and we're going to go ahead and tape the molding on the truck, just like you see me doing here. And what that's going to do is now Dylan can go play charades or whatever the hell he's doing on the other side of the shop and try to make us some money. Thank you, sir. There you go. Alright. The next thing we're going to do is we got to get our speed nut. We got to take this little speed nut and put it on the molding, because that's what holds the molding on. So the whole trick to this trick is axle grease. That's right. What we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and take our speed nut. We're going to dab it in our grease just like so. And yes, your hands will probably get a little grease on them. Then we're going to take our socket, and now you see the speed nut will not fall off the socket. And now what we're able to do, without Dylan's help, without anybody's help, we're able to go ahead and put our speed nut through the fender and onto the clip and do that as a one-man operation. So always remember, if you are working on an old car such as our truck, and you just happen to be lost and say, well, how am I going to get those on there? Now you know. Axle grease is the way to go. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, showing you all the tips of how to do it right, and do it alone, in your garage, just like a hobby shop should be. We'll see you later.
Thanks for watching D.I.Y. Automotive School. Classes don't stop till you know everything.